Reconsidering history's cruelest figure? While Hitler is often deemed insane, stay tuned as we unravel the shocking atrocities orchestrated by Joseph Stalin in the Soviet Gulag system. This video exposes the stomach-churning realities that challenge common perceptions. Whose cruelty truly stands out? The answer may surprise you. Step into the dark corridors of history with me as we confront the stomach-churning realities of Joseph Stalin's reign, where the Gulag system became a breeding ground for unimaginable suffering and despair. Chapter 1. Introduction to the Gulag system. What are Soviet gulags? What went on behind the gates of gulags? The term Gulag, when translated from Russian, roughly means the central administration of corrective labor camps. The Soviet Union's Gulag system used labor camps to reduce its population to nothing through forced labor, malnutrition, neglect, and outright murder. On April 25, 1930, Joseph Stalin formally established the Gulag, which Lenin had first weaponized in 1918. The Gulag, which was in operation until 1960, was a facility used to imprison people who were seen as threats to the Soviet Union. Chapter 2. Life inside the Gulag. 18 million people were detained, and 1.5 million died as a result of the terrible conditions, hunger, and disease. What made the Gulag truly unbearable? Beyond everything else, the real kicker was the conditions. The worst aspect was the extreme forced labor, particularly in Siberia, where the harsh weather alone could be fatal. Can you fathom the life expectancy in these conditions? It was often limited to making it through one Siberian winter. Temperatures in the severe Gulag environment dropped to negative 68 degrees Celsius over long winters, frequently resulting in death within a year. Despite the extreme conditions, forced labor in the gulags remarkably supported the Soviet economy by producing significant amounts of essential commodities. Life in the Gulag was essentially a life sentence, and escape attempts often ended tragically in the unforgiving Siberian wilderness. Work at the Gulag was physically demanding, lacking in safety precautions or proper tools, and punishment awaited those unable to meet the inhumane demands. Starvation was common, with meager food based on production quotas, forcing prisoners to improvise to survive. Have you ever wondered how inmates came up with creative ways to supplement their meager diets? In the grim reality of the Gulag, they would have to improvise to supplement their diets, finding whatever they could, whether it was leftovers from other prisoners' meals or even insects. The Gulag, a bleak landscape, served as a haunting canvas where the brush strokes of cruelty, exploitation, and deprivation created a chilling masterpiece. Chapter 3. Gulag Realities: Suffering, Disease, and Adaptation. Housing and healthcare conditions were horrible in the Gulag. Barracks lacked enough heating, bedding, and sanitation amenities, and were overcrowded and unhygienic. Was any medical care accessible in the Gulag? In a realm where the populace was thought to be undesirable, medical care was but a distant dream. Due to overcrowding, the disease spread quickly. The survivors adapted to get through the system's inherent brutality while enduring malnutrition, hard labor, and insufficient medical care. Despite all odds, some people managed to survive the terrible Gulag system. The tenacity of some stood out as an inspiring example of the power of the human spirit in a system built to profit from people's labor while destroying them. Chapter 4. Survivors and Memoirs. Curious to explore the harrowing experiences of Gulag survivors? Dive into the profound accounts of their unimaginable journeys through memoirs. Gulag survivors, compelled by an urge to share their unimaginable experiences, turned to memoirs, creating profound accounts. Gustav Herling-Grudzinski's 1951 drama, A World Apart, and Franciszek Alyaknowicz's 1934 play, In the Claws of the GPU, both effectively depict life in the Gulag. As the Soviet state distanced itself from its Stalinist past, Russian narratives like One Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich were released in 1962. In 1970, it would even be brought to the screen with a feature film starring Tom Courtenay. These memoirs are must-reads for a thorough and in-depth understanding of the Gulag. A literary portrayal of the Gulag and its atrocities serves as a window into the past. It is essential for understanding the torment and struggles endured within the oppressive walls of the Gulag. Despite being formally dissolved in 1960, the ghost of the Gulag continues to cast a long shadow over Russian thought. Despite Khrushchev's attempt to sweep Stalin's legacy under the rug, traces of the Soviet system lingered, like stubborn weeds refusing to be uprooted. Even now, North Korea and China still have labor camps that are very similar to those of the Gulag. Do you believe any nation is willing to openly discuss this? You'll hardly find a state willing to talk about it. In conclusion, the Soviet gulags stand as a dark chapter in history that was marked by cruelty, exploitation, and the systematic destruction of human lives. After uncovering the horrors orchestrated by Stalin, how do you judge the severity of cruelty when Stalin is compared to Hitler? And in reflecting on oppressive systems, is there any man-made system brutal enough to kill the human spirit? Share your thoughts in the comments below.